Before we get into Kaparut Atonement, we think of the possibilities of realizations that can change our existence, that can change our worldview, that can show us the chaos and harmony, the harmony and chaos, to end suffering in all spheres, to give us a roadmap of how to act and develop continually, regardless of what circle of impact we are referring to. When taking the chicken or other animal or some money representing that, if that's not possible, in the right hand, some say push, touch it, nupch, life for life, and then bani adam yashbi chushuk what's lamut asiri ani waburzo yutsyam mutshuk what's lamut wamusrutiham yantuk awlim madruk pasham wam auntiham yet anu ko akko tet ab napshum we gi au ad shari mut wiz akku al yahwa batsur laham mam trakku tiham Yushyam Yashlach Dabru Wirpam Wimleth Mushchitutum Yudu Lehwa Chastu One Palautiu Labni Adam Yash Al Yu Malak Malitz Achad Mani Alf Lahagid Ladam Yashru Wichanu Wiamar Padahu Murdat Shutchat Matsati Kapur. Children of civilized people who sit in darkness and the shadow of death, shackled in affliction and iron, he removed from them darkness and the shadow of death, and broke open their shackles. The fools, because of their sinful path and their iniquities, they were afflicted. Their souls abhorred all food, and they reached the portals of death. Then they cried out to God as a suburban noun in their distress. From their woes he spared them, he dispatched his word and cured them, and let them escape their destruction. Let them thank God as a suburban noun for his mercy and for his wonders to humanity. Psalm 107, 10, 14, 17 to 21. If there will be for someone but a single defending angel out of 1,000 to declare a person's uprightness on his behalf, then he'll be gracious to him and say, redeem him from descending to the pit. I have found atonement that goes out, and that would be Job 33, 23 to 24. And remember, he, him, his, in reference to divinity, is not calling God a male. And then an appropriate thing is mentioned, and when money is used, in each time, the bird of the money is circled around the head. So if a person does the ritual for himself, Zah, Chalipti, Zah, Tamarti, Zah, Kaparti, Zah, Hatur, Nagul, Yolk, Lamita, and instead of that, Zah, Haksaf, Yolk, Letzdaka, and then continuing, Wani, Aknas, Walk, Letchium, Thubim, Arukim, Wol Shalom. This is what I'm exchanging. This is my substitute. This is my atonement. The rooster will go to its death. Or they say the money goes to charity. Okay, so instead of just the rooster to its death, while I will enter and go to a good long life and to peace. Well, wholeness. It's more than just peace, but yeah. If two or more people are doing the ritual for themselves, Zah, Chali, Putnu, Zah, Tamurtanu, Zah, Kapretnu, Zah, Hat Rungol, Yolk, Lamita. So again, the Zah to the Lamita would be replaced by Zah, Haksaf, Yolk, Letzdaka, and then continue. Wanchanu, Naknas, Wanluk, Letchium, Thubim, Arukim, Wol Shalom. This is our exchange. This is our substitute. This is our atonement. The rooster will go to its death, or the money will go to charity, while we will enter and go to a good long life and a peace. And if one performs the ritual for one other person, Zah, Chliptuk, Zah, Tamartuk, Zah, Kapratuk, Zah, Hat Rungol, Yulk, Lamita, or Zah, Haksaf, Yulk, Letzdaka, continuing, Wata, Tuknas, Watluk, Letchium, Thubim, Arukim, Wol Shalom. This is your exchange. This is your substitute. This is your atonement. The rooster will go to its death, or the money will go to charity while you enter and go to a good long life and peace. And your isn't quite the translation. That word should be the taming or the subduing. And with the previous two, instead of R, it's, this place. So it takes it beyond that. But you have an individual that is surrendering unto God, hopefully. And if one performs a ritual for two or more men, Zah, Chaliptikam, Zah, Tamurtikam, Zah, Kapartikam, Zah, Hat Rungol, Yulk, Lamita, or Zah, Haksaf, Yulk, Letzdaka. Maybe I should say ow, but maybe people would think that ow is part of the, instead of or. The English And then he was continuing, Watam Taknasu Watlaku Rachiam Thubim Arukim Wol Shalom. This is your exchange. This is the exchange that you've accepted. This is the substitute that you accepted. And this is the atonement that you accepted. The rooster will go to its death, or the money will go to charity, while you will enter and go to a good long life into peace. And come is a likeness. So this is like what's exchanged. This is like what is substitute. This is like what is atoned. The rooster will go to its death and all that. And then if a woman's performing the ritual for herself, the actual literal and the order it is kind of awkward at times. So, but I'm trying to give you a fresh rendering here to some degree. Zat, Chalipati, Zat, Tamarti, Zat, Kaparti, Zat, Hat Rungult, Tulk, Lamita, Ar, Zah, Haksef, Yalk, Letstaka, continuing, Wani, Aknas, Walk, Letchiam, Thubim, Arukim, Wol Shalom. This is my exchange, this is my substitute, this is my atonement. The hen will go to its death, or the money will go to charity, while I will enter and go to a good long life and a peace. And yes, my is actually closer in this instance, but it's something goes out. Like when we say Al-Hi, we're not entirely saying my God, we're saying the power that goes out. That's more literal. And if two or more women perform it for themselves, Zat, Chaliptanu, Zat, Tamartanu, Zat, Kapretnu, Zat, Hatrunkult, Tolk, Lamita, are Zah, Haksef, Yalk, Letstaka, continuing, Wanshinu, Naknas, Wanluk, Lachiam, Thubim, Arukim, Wol Shalom. This is our exchange, this is our substitute, this is our atonement. Well, this is the exchange of the place, this is the substitute of the place, this is the atonement of the place. The hen will go to its death, or the money will go to charity, while we enter and go to a good, long life and a peace. Oh, so the female sacrifices female, male sacrifices a male, and, okay. And if a woman performs it for another woman, Zat, Shulpatuk, Zat, Tamartuk, Zat, Kapartuk, Zat, Hat Rungult, Tulk, Lamita, or Zah, Haksef, Yolk, Letstaka, continuing, Wat, Taknasi, Wat Lucky, Ratchiam, Thubim, Arukim, Wol Shalom. This is the exchange of the terms, the substitute of the surrender. This is the atonement of submission. The hen will go to its death, or the money will go to charity, while you enter and go to a long good life and a peace. And if one performs the ritual for two or more women, Zat, Chaliptakan, Zat, Tamartakan, Zat, Kapartakan, Zat, Hatur Nanglet, Tulk, Lamita, Ar, Zah, Haksef, Yolk, Letstaka, Watan, Tuknasna, Wat Lakna, Lachiyam, Thubim, Arukim, Wol Shalom. This is the exchange and the substitute and the atonement. The hen will go to its death, or the money will go to charity, while you enter to a good long life and to peace. And if a pregnant woman does it for herself, alu chiliputinu, alu tamurutinu, alu kapurutinu, alu hatur nangulim, Yilku lamita ar za haksaf yolk letstaka, continuing wanchunu naknas wanluk rachiam thubim arukim walshalum. This is our exchange, this is our substitute, this is our atonement. The chickens go to their death, and continuing, this money will go to charity while we enter and go to a good long life and to peace. And if the ritual is performed for a pregnant woman, alu chiliputikam, alu tamurutikam, alu kapurutikam, alu hatur nangulim, Yilku lamita ar za haksaf yolk letstaka, continuing watam taknasu watlaku rachiam thubim arukim wal shalom. And this is the likeness of exchange, the likeness of substitute, the likeness of atonement. These chickens will go to their death, or this money will go to charity while you enter and go to a good long life and to peace. And each person 3 birds for a pregnant woman, a separate bird for each person, 2 hens, one for herself, and one case the female, and the roosters should carry a male. Maybe it doesn't matter what color, what direction you're putting things around your head. Numbers 14:18 has, the attribute idea that we've mentioned before in the Taslich. And people tend to have a white rooster for the males and a white hen for the females. But at the very least, it should be an edible animal.